Hey, Viking fans. There were cuts today, and I want to talk about those implications and a little bonus action in 3, 2, 1. Hey, Viking fans, welcome to Skull World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook at Skull World. And make sure you hit subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. I want to hear what you think. I want to hear your takes. I don't like talking to myself just to hear myself. I want to hear what you got to say. I reward that with giving away a free merchandise. Check out the rules in the description below. Just leave a comment if you're subscribed. That makes you eligible. All right. Now, let's talk about the cuts that were made, injury implications. I'm really only talking about the surprises, let's say, or not the surprises, or the guys that you had a chance of making the team. We'll make this a short video. I'm going live tonight on Purple Pocket Podcast with your host, MC Rap, the Purple MLK, because he's bringing all the fans together. That's where we go live 2 or 3 times a week, and we also go live on Tuesday nights over at the Purple Code on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So go subscribe to those 2 channels. Ring the bell. Make sure you don't miss a show. Our live shows are fun as hell. We get all the guys talking. It's a good time. A lot of listener interaction. It's really good. Now, so let's talk about T.Y. McGill. Apparently, the ankle injuries maybe a little more than we thought. Third game, he got injured in the first quarter. Coming off 3.5 sacks in 2 games. Looked great doing it. I know, it was against the 2s and the 3s. Whatever. They're NFL football players. This guy's been on 9 teams. 2 of those teams, one brought him back twice and one brought him back 3 times. It wasn't because he was bad at football. People saw something in him. He's only 6 foot tall, and I think that's probably why he just doesn't pass the eye test. But he passed the hustle test in preseason, and I wanted to make our nose tackle. It made me feel better that we didn't sign Dominican Sue, because this guy could get after the quarterback. All they cared about was third down pass rusher up the middle. This guy was doing it. He was doing it, and it wasn't that he was just doing it against bad players. He showed skill doing it, and I liked him. There was a movie made. He didn't make the play. Quarterback got rid of it really fast, but he saw the double team, quickly reversed, did a spin move, and had a clear path to the quarterback. I still think it's amazing. As you watch the guy in the plays he doesn't make, he's doing just as good as the plays he did make. And he's a hustler. He had a high motor, and I like seeing it. And a great attitude. Amazing attitude when this guy's interviewed. This guy could have a chip on his shoulder. He could be angry all the time because he's not making teams, and he's not getting playing time. Whatever. Now he hurts his ankle, and that's unfortunate. There's talk about injury designation. Now, looking at the designation, waived injured. But that doesn't fit. I think it's injured reserve that he's on. And so I don't think he's waived. He's injured, because it wasn't talk about him hitting. Because if he was waived, that would mean he's got to pass through waivers. If he's IR, which I think someone came out and says he wasn't caught, he was on IR. If a player is placed in the injured reserve and is not on the 53-man roster on September 1st, they are not allowed to be designated to return from injured reserve during the upcoming season. So September 1st, if he's not put on the 53-man roster by the September 1st, he's out for the season, and we got him as an injured player. Don't think that's going to happen. So one of 2 things are going to happen. Either that's it, he's done. They're going to do a injury settlement. He's going to get a couple $100,000 maybe. Nice payday. Or we put him on the 53-man roster. September 1st passes. Then They are not allowed to be so if they are placed on the injured reserve after September 1st, they can return after missing a minimum of 4 games. That means it is time to heal. We get them 5th game of the season. That if his ankle's good, and the only thing I'm worried about is he's seeking a second opinion. That kind of means that the first opinion wasn't very good. And so this may be an injury settlement thing, and that's disappointing because he played so well. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen, which unfortunately TJ Smith is the recipient of that. I'm not too high on him. I did see that he played well in that first game. I saw one full game of him in college, and he was constantly getting pushed around. Maybe he's improved. Hopefully, it looks like this is going to favor TJ Smith as being our backup nose tackle. He's not necessarily a pass rushing nose tackle, so he's more just depth. And Harrison Phillips is there. Maybe we'll do some creative things like putting a D end at nose tackle, like we did a couple of times in the past couple of years. Now, or get Zadarius Smith rushing up the middle. There's a lot of things we can do to make up for not having a pass rush and nose tackle, but this maybe rewards TJ Smith. To move on, unfortunately, I got BC Johnson here. Did I, for some reason, I don't have the picture of BC Johnson. Well, I thought I did. BC Johnson injured his other knee, and he's out for the season. Another ACL tear, but on the opposite knee. He hurt it, I think, on the punt coverage in that game, in that last game against Denver. And gosh, he was looking pretty good after that first game. He 0 for 3 for targets. Next game played pretty solid. He was having a pretty good game in the third game. He's a solid football player. I hope he recovers. I hope he makes a team someday in the future. It doesn't look like it's going to be with the Vikings. Who knows? Who knows what our situation is next year? He's coming off IR. He's going to be a free agent. We could bring him in as another body in camp. He could be brought back. We'll see what happens. We know who BC Johnson is. He's well liked. The coaches liked him. Good, possible situation of him coming back next year, because he's going to be on the IR. He's on the IR. He's not coming back. So we have control of him throughout this year, and unless there's an injury settlement, and I don't think that's the case, because I think he probably wants to play again, because he's looking at he would be looking at a bigger payday than just taking an injury settlement, and then but this way. The Vikings could bring him back next year. Myron Mitchell would be the one getting rewarded for this. And that's who's on the screen right now. Myron Mitchell had great college highlights, amazing catches. He showed a great catch for Kellen Mond in the second game. In the first game, he showed a great catch. Second game he shown a great catch for Kellen Mond. In the third game, he showed a big drop for Kellen Mond. I made that sound easy, I guess. Just kidding. But yeah, I spit it out. Myron Mitchell had a great catch in the second game. Third game, he had a big drop there late in the game for Kellen Mond. I'm not gonna lie. Receivers weren't doing too many favors to players, and it was always somebody else. There was always someone. It wasn't just one player. Now, Davidson did have the second game with 3 drops, but his third game he came back and played great. But Myron Mitchell is not. It's not going to help because he got cut. But it makes him. The fact that we lost depth makes him the ability to be on the practice squad. She was last year and did get called up, but who is going to be make out like bandits for this is the fact that Myron Mitchell and BC Johnsons are out. Trishan Jackson, good senior year at college, is a one-hit wonder, but athletic, has a huge leaping ability. You haven't seen this part of him yet. You did see it in the third game. He had an awesome stretched out catch, and then he had a drop ball. But God, Kellen Mond put some zip on it. He lobbed that ball to him. And he's looking to turn up field, and you lob the ball to him. I don't know. Kirk Cousins is going to zip him that ball. He's going to catch it and run instead of dropping it. I feel just having that off-speed pitch thrown to him basically kind of throws him off. I don't blame him as much. Should have caught it. But come on, Kelmon, throw the ball hard to him. Not this lob ball. He's wide ass open. Give him a chance to run with it. He's eager to catch that and go with it. And he's just sitting there waiting. Why isn't the ball coming to me? He's throwing so slow. Kellen Mond's got a better arm than that. He needs to use it. The other guy, big winner, would be Jalen Naylor. Now, he has a concussion. Who knows what's going to happen with that? But if we keep six receivers, and I don't know why we don't, considering what the offense we're going to be running now, is Jalen Naylor is going to make this team because we need a backup. You know, we need a ISM. If he goes down, who's going to return punts? So Jalen Naylor was the guy that was behind ISM on the punt return depth. This just makes sense. He would have, I believe, he has special teams ability. He's fast. He's speedy. Naylor. Decent size, even though he's not a super tall receiver, but he's well put together. I feel like he can be a good special teamer and potential punt returner, and he's got a future receiver for us. And if you remember right, Thielen really didn't play very much until his third year. So hey, a Jalen Naylor, 6th-round pick. He had the same kind of college career as Diggs did, where he was often injured. He's not Diggs. He's not as good as Diggs, but he had that same career, and that's why he dropped to the 6th round. That's why Diggs dropped to the 5th round. I think Jalen Naylor is going to be a good receiver in this league, and hopefully a special teams ace. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't know how well he tackles, but hey, he's fast. Now, here's the bonus material I was talking about. Chris Streveler. Now, the Jets are reported that they're going to release him. Quarterback, currently for the Jets. Apparently, he led them to 3 victories in the preseason. He had that kind of Kyle Sloter thing going for him, except he also ran the ball. So here's a little write-up on him. College career. Streveler started his college career playing for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Heard of that team? Where he played for 3 years before transferring to the University of South Dakota. Streveler then played 2 years with the South Dakota Coyotes, my alma mater, and there he threw for 6,081 yards and 54 touchdowns, earning the MVFC Offensive Player of the Year award in 2017. He was a runner-up for the Walter Payton Award, which is basically the Heisman Trophy of that division. So just to give you an idea, here's some numbers for you. Most impressive is in the CFL, where in the 2019 season, 150. Now he played in 7 games started, 17 games played, 7 games started, 234 attempts, 156 completions, 66.7%. 1,565 40 yards passing, 6.7 yards per attempt. Year before he was 8.1. Rating wasn't the greatest, but he had 127 attempts and 726 yards rushing. He was a dual threat quarterback, and he kind of lit it up here in preseason. So for the Jets, and led the Jets in rushing in the preseason. Not playing full time, but coming in at the end of the game, lead them to victory, and he led the Jets in rushing in the offseason. Now in the NFL, he played with Arizona. No starts, but he did have 1 game. He played in 5 games, 11 completions, 16 attempts, 68.8% completion, 105 yards, 6.6 per attempt, 81.5 rating, and 4 carries for 15 yards. So, and then he played for Arizona last year, 6 completions out of 9, 66.7. So not not a whole lot of stats to go for in the NFL, but he in 2019 he led the Winnipeg Blue Bombers to the Grey Cup championship, not playing the full season. So hey, there's something to be said about a guy coming from a small school like that. I'm rooting for him. I hope he makes a team. He's been on a roster before. Let's take a look at him. He's got, Minnesota roots, South Dakota roots. Let's take a look at him. Let's see if he's better than Mon. Bring him in. Give him a tryout. He's 6'1". He's got decent size. There's video of him just getting the game ball in the preseason, and the teammates just going wild. He's a character. He's good for the locker room. I don't think he's going to... He knows his place. He has talent, a dual threat quarterback. Why not? Bring him in, see what he's got. Check him out. He might be better than Mon. He might be better than Mullen. He might be... Well, he's definitely better than Mannion. Anybody is. Let's do it. Check him out. I'm saying, hey, give Chris Stevler a call. I guess he's getting released by the Jets. That's it for today. This is Skull World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook at Skull World. I finally got Instagram back. I'm trying to go through a name change. I'll give that to you later. Go watch us on Purple Pocket Podcast called Skull Live. Go watch the Purple Code on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Not TikTok, YouTube. Go like and subscribe over there. Go like and subscribe on the Purple Pocket Podcast. Ring the bell. Don't miss a show. That's it. Oh, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment to enter my contest below. That's it. Tell me what you think. Am I crazy? All right. See you next time. Skull Vikings. Cue the music. Thank you, Viking fans, for listening. Make sure you catch my other episodes. Also, make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Thank you. Skull Vikes.